Alright, let's
She's gone, let's do it.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Cartographers Guild. My name is Josh.
I'm Drea.
I'm Leah.
Hi, Brad.
And we're back with our D&D Livestream session.
Woo!
That we're continuing. Brad, you want to give us a quick summary so far?
Last time we killed a bunch of goblins.
Drea, what do the goblins sound like?
They did that. They did that a lot.
Yeah, great. Okay.
4 of them died ignominiously. They also had an ogre with them who smashed Jesse into tiny little bits.
Yeah,
That's right, hit her!
It was not fun.
We had to
Smack the bitch up!
basically a cartoon session at the end where we just kind of swept her into a pile and then cast Cure on her a bunch.
There's a pile of mush with 2 eyes.
We had to
Blink,
grab
blink.
her spirit and stuff it back in.
There.
We pulled out the duct tape of healing.
Yeah. And then we got to the fort, and the fort was surprisingly nice, including the guy in charge. He was like, "Oh, cults, I don't like those. Come on in." And then we met the barmaid, who is possibly evil.
But possibly helpful.
Yeah.
We're not sure yet.
Khalif was her name. She makes instruments glow, or something. But she gave us some useful information that we haven't actually shared with the rest of the team yet. I'm sure we'll get around to that. We got distracted because Vrenny finally poured out her heart and soul, and then
backstory.
Tragic backstory.
and then shortly afterwards poured out the contents of her stomach.
You don't know that?
You were intentionally getting as drunk as possible. It's a safe and turning down food and reasonable drinks to keep you safe.
There's only one way to resolve this.
Vomit?
A constitution check.
I guess we can do that, too. First roll of the session. Roll your constitution.
Roll to not throw up. We're adults.
14.
You vomit.
Fuck you.
It didn't matter.
15 was the DC. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. If I had rolled a 17, you would have still told me I vomited and said the DC was 18.
No. Ahem. Where is it?
Ah, shit. Rules.
A 15 is a moderate difficulty. With how much you drank, that is appropriate. A 20 is a hard difficulty, and man, you would have had to have drunk like a dwarf to get that.
Yeah, I think Vrenny would, pass the fuck out before she managed to drink like a dwarf.
And if you fail that con save, then it's a death save.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Alcohol toxicity.
Ooh.
Right. So,
I believe Jesse had suggested that she ask our new friend about whether she knows anything of the tragedy of whatever place. But we had not gotten around to that yet.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that without Vrenny's permission. Either Vrenny does it or she tells me to do it.
she could just be magically inclined somehow, or be some sort of medium or something.
But we've been around people who are magically inclined, and the instrument has not grown warm.
And really, if anything's going to grow warm around things.
Have you seen
It's
the
the guy who
dude
starts
next
forest
to?
fires on accident sometimes.
By the way, while Vrenny is sleeping off her alcohol, I share the tidbits of information with the gentleman in our party
Okay.
about the kind of shaky lead, but it's what we've got.
The town
We do only have the one room after all. We can do that in some privacy.
Well, we have the 2 towns. There was the 3-syllable one, which was impregnable, and there was a 2-syllable one that was the market town down the...
This one was cantered.
What?
This one was cantered. This is the fort. Sorry, never mind.
Katie
got
did.
distracted.
Katie did.
Yeah, but yeah, you're right. There's the market town and the
Impregnable, you know...
Would you like the names, or do you want to just keep going this
Yeah,
route?
I would like the names.
Okay. So the mining town, as it were, was Zauberfell,
Zauberfell.
See? 3 syllables.
and the commercial town, or whatever you would consider it, is Brunnen.
Brunin.
Not Bruges.
No, not Bruges.
So, morning arrives, I assume.
Smash. I hate it when you have a random encounter generator and it's like, here, have 13 giant centipedes. It's like, I don't want to run that combat. That's stupid. That sounds terrible. I would never do that. Here, mass combat rules. Just kill them all in one swoop, so I don't have to do this anymore.
Well,
Let's say don't centipedes get like 4 attacks or something ridiculous?
I
Like,
don't know.
I did just learn a useful spell for dealing with masses of enemies.
Do you want an encounter where you can use Fireball?
It doesn't have to be right away.
It can be right now!
Sure, that is not spelled.
And
13 giant centipedes burst through the window.
Daniel blows up the tavern.
we are never invited back here.
But the 4 of us are perfectly safe.
Rennie sleeps through it.
Living up to his name.
Daniel, what have you done?
Why?
Anyway, morning arrives, and
Rennie
then
wakes up in the rubble like, huh? What, did I miss something? Did I miss like a really good party or something?
sure, let's call it
What?
that.
Okay.
I had
Oh
fun.
man.
Wake up in a crater.
Yeah.
Just be like, that was some fucking party. Damn. I slept through it. No, I couldn't have slept through this.
No,
I must have
there's no
passed
way.
out.
There's no way.
I partied harder than... Okay. I believe his intention was that I move this up higher.
Yeah, I think so.
Was that it, Ed? Okay.
Remember, don't shout.
I'll do whatever I damn well please. No, I'm... Sorry.
Anyway,
Anywho,
You're not my real dad.
you would know what to do. What were we doing? Who were we talking about?
We were trying to figure out what happens in the morning, if anything.
Oh, right. So, morning. Well, thus far, the fort is still the fort, and the tavern is unexploded,
Oh, thank goodness.
much to Torg's dismay. And, yeah, you guys need to figure out what you plan on doing now.
well, we have our leads. We can go onward. I still think it might not be a bad idea to speak with our contact again. Any other suggestions on the table?
Yes. We are here to make friends. We should speak to the commander.
Not hungover.
What did you roll?
15.
Okay.
I thought that's just what she said to Drorik. Not hungover.
No.
I mean,
Speak to the commander, but I'm hungover.
he
Well, no, it was just whether or not she would go, uh-huh, or she would go,
I mean, the commander seems like a good guy, but I don't know if he can necessarily help us with this.
As long as the commander knows who we are and believes in us, that is enough.
He has a point. It couldn't hurt to be remembered well. This is the kind of thing that might pay off later. But
Okay, well, do you have an idea of how to get on his good side?
No.
it's probably going to involve us doing some kind of quest.
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought we'd speak to him. We tell him what we're doing. He says, okay, good. And we go.
Didn't we already do that?
I think maybe more specifically, it is our intention to head in this direction.
Couldn't hurt, might help. Are you feeling up to the talking today?
Yes.
I'm just trying to follow our boss's orders.
Oh. See? Rennie actually has a sketch of one of the amulets.
It's true, you did that earlier.
Yes. Before we actually started getting our hands on them.
It is important that everyone with any competency and decency understand that we're here trying to stop an evil cult.
Again?
And they should at the very least be vigilant for that evil cult. And hopefully sympathetic if we need help or shelter or something down the line. So, let's give it a try.
Okay.
Okay.
We go try to get an audience with the commander.
All right. Yeah, you head towards where you would assume the commandant's office would be.
Real quick before we go, we should probably decide some kind of cover story of how we've decided these arbitrary directions.
For example,
Well, when we talked to him yesterday, we didn't know where we were going.
We talked to everyone who would chat with us in the tavern last night.
Fair enough.
And while it's not much of a lead,
It's the best we've
we
got.
did hear that this is where all of the Moorside is processed. We're hoping this town in the foothills might be able to point us in a better direction.
Okay.
Sounds like Frenny's got it handled. Good thinking, though.
Okay. You head towards the main citadel of the fort. His retinue, as it were there. Just basically like, yep, state your business.
We were hoping the commander might have a moment.
Well, let's find out. And he heads inside. A few minutes later, comes out. Yep, Commander Mayor will see you now.
Thank you.
And he leads you in. And, yep, he's there. Behind, what looks like a model of the fort on a war table, as it were, and just troop positions and all that other stuff, and just him going, yeah, all right, what can I help you with?
We promise not to take much of your time. This is more a... Well, not that it affects you personally, but we feel we have a direction to go in. And
Well, if what you told me to begin with was accurate, I believe all of this affects me.
all right. We effectively spoke to everyone who would speak to us in the tavern last night. Alcohol notwithstanding. And pooling that information, believe that our best bet is to try to seek out Brunin. Because something that everyone in the cult, not everyone, more than once, members of the cult were found to have one of these.
Almost everyone, even in their base, their
Yes.
personal belongings had one each.
Although, out of character, they didn't. I mean,
No.
the grand total you found so far is like 3 or 4.
Was
Yeah.
it? I thought when
Yeah.
we were going through the barracks or whatever, where there's
No, those were just the amulets of Bane.
Those were just
Oh, okay.
Those were just the
That's
holy
what I thought you
symbols,
were
yeah.
showing
Yeah.
him.
No.
You're showing him the cursed amulets.
Yeah.
The cursed ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, my mistake.
It's
Okay.
It's a Moorside amulet. Since all Moorside is processed through those mountain towns, we are hoping there might be a lead there.
Where's pain? All right, you got it. All right, hands it back.
You may, I was going to say you may keep it if you wish, if it would be helpful to you.
But we got a general sketch of it, so we're okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out for it. So, what's up with those amulets? What do they do?
They're heavily cursed for starters, but they also
They tap into a person's thirst for destruction
yes.
and give them strength through that.
They are good for spellcasters. They enhance their magical ability, but they effectively make them berserk, and I do not believe it is reversible.
That almost sounds counterintuitive. I mean, how would a mage be able to cast if they were berserked?
That's an oversimplification.
Out of character, didn't like these, weren't there strength bonuses or whatever too, or was it just like it gave you like a strength +4 and
Yeah,
a this
it's like
plus?
it also greatly enhances your strength. It also lists these other things, but including greatly enhancing your magical ability. So I suppose anyone could use it, but it does not. You put it on someone, point it at the enemy, and then consider them a loss.
Seems an odd item to spend that much resources on, but very well. All right, so... But you're saying it plays on that, so even holding one is in danger, yes?
We've gone out of our ways to not touch them directly. And if you see any, we recommend you do the same.
We
Alright.
found it safe to wrap them in silk, some kind of treated magical material. If you don't have that,
Standard magical shielding seems to.
I have a few battle mages I can consult with. All right, well,
obviously, don't put it on.
yeah, sounds like that is a danger. All right,
It
That is part of the curse. If you pick it up, you will want to put it on.
Well, we will keep that in mind. And thanks for the information. Anything we can do to keep followers of the god of tyranny out of here would be for the best.
Agreed. That's
Why we're here.
That's why we're here.
Very well. Well, I can't... Fortunately, I've got nothing I can help you with, but
That is fine.
other than that, we'll keep our eyes open and make sure this doesn't cross our doors.
That's good.
If you don't see us again in like a month, you may have a problem.
All right. Well, at least I know what direction to start looking at. Out of character, do you guys bring any of these with you, or do you just keep handing them off to Tagger?
I don't think it's
The
safe to carry
animals?
one. We
Yeah.
give them to
Oh
Tagger.
no,
Okay.
no, we have been like, lock that up. If you don't lock it up, I'll find you.
I'll find you. I'll
we'll
feed
know.
it to you, and then I'll lock you up.
Pretty much.
We know what these things do, so we know what to look for.
Yep. It's like if I hear about anyone in JR having one of these, you are first on my fucking list.
Okay.
I'll find you and feed one to you.
Well, on their way out, Drarik, that was an excellent idea, and I commend you.
Thank you. I thought it was for the best. After all, make friends. Now he knows. We're friends.
Any more stops we should make on the way out of town?
Well, I did not see
Khalif?
Khalif in the tavern this morning.
Maybe she works an afternoon shift. Perhaps we can resupply.
All right.
Is that what you wish to do?
Yep.
We kill some hours.
I will swing by and leave a note with the bartender or something, or the innkeeper, whatever. Something very cheerful, just like, oh, we wanted to say goodbye to Khalif before we left. You know, like, no, we're friends. You know,
Totally.
keep it very light and
No, Leah, don't touch your eyes. You have eyeliner on. No.
Don't touch your eyes. You have a sticky widget. That sounds terrible.
It does. Anyway, so we do that.
Okay.
We attempt to find Khalif again.
All right. Yeah, you guys hang around the tavern long enough. She does show up. So she's there.
okay.
As per her spying best, she ignores you. So
Well, you know, does the thing, you know, in the cheerful, naive. No, we just like you. We're going to be heading out. We wanted to make sure we said goodbye before we left.
okay. Well, she's like, all right. Well, be safe then. I'm glad my friend sent you my way. And yes, indeed, since you're paying attention now, your mandolin is warming up when she's around.
Okay, so, do you get off at 6 again?
Yes?
Like, I didn't want to take up too much of your time right now, but I wondered if you could like give me directions to something generic. But before on our way out, because I want to try to hit it on the way out of town, and I heard it's weird to get to. She's making some up. Some other people are listening. She's
Right,
making
okay,
up a
I see what you
bullshit
mean.
reason for that.
Okay, now I understand what you're getting
Yes, no, Khalif would get this because she is a spy. She's making.
I
up
like
a
how your
bullshit
voice went up
reason
like half an octave while you were doing that.
for them to step outside later.
at. I thought it was another fairy archer.
No.
Tiffany!
Don't know what we're talking about? Go watch our Odin Sphere Let's Play.
Okay.
Brittany, no.
Oh no, Michaela! All right, she's like, oh yeah, sure. Directions. I know this place pretty well. Yeah, yeah.
See, Rennie can play this game too.
Anyway, fast forward to the time when we're playing it.
Right.
We pack.
Pack and supplies. You know, it's going to be about a week and a half. It's at least a week and a half journey
Okay.
to Brennan. So
We purchase appropriate clothing if it's going to get damn cold.
you know, it's going to get it's
We're going to be up in the mountains. It's going to be cold.
yeah.
Well,
I
we're
mean,
gonna get to the foot of the mountains.
yeah, it's at the base of the mountains.
Okay.
But it's definitely going to get wet. One thing that you have heard is that marshlands are right up in that area.
Yay.
So it can be a bit of a slog depending on the weather.
Yay.
We buy a lot of oiled canvas and crap like that.
Woot. All right. So sundown shows up, and Khalif gets off work and meets you in the usual location. And yeah,
Real quick, because I don't have my character history in front of me.
yes,
But it's on the website. Go read it.
it's also right here in front of me.
What's the name of the guy? I can't remember the guy's name.
Hang on, it would be right in front of me if this loaded faster. There we go. Teluan Amar?
Amar.
So,
By
yeah.
the way, are you doing this by yourself or am I with you again?
You could be with her.
Okay.
But
I would like
Drarik
to be
is
then.
standing around the corner.
yeah. Elsewhere. With the cart.
And the mace.
And the mace.
And that's probably where I am too.
Okay.
This is going to seem odd, and it has nothing to do with the current situation. But
Is there a dog behind you?
Yes.
Okay.
do you know anything about what happened to the Amar family?
What do you mean? The name doesn't really ring a bell.
Talwyn Amar?
What, is she lying? What do I roll?
You'd have to roll insight.
I mean, she's probably not lying, but... 18.
What happens when you have an expertise in a skill?
I believe you add your proficiency twice.
Oh, okay. I'm assuming this already added in there.
Roll low. I want to be good at something.
Okay, what'd you roll?
I rolled an 18.
Okay. Her face, you picked up, her face obviously changed when she asked.
Changed. More information, please.
Like, in a, why are you asking this type way?
So she's suspicious.
Mm-hmm. She's like, can you be more specific? I don't know who that is. She knows who that is.
Yes, you do.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Yes, it does.
Okay. What's my sister's name? I know, I really should know this. This is what happens.
You made it!
I know, but it's been months.
That's okay. I have 9 siblings, and I couldn't do them all.
Who's my family?
I remember some of the more fun names.
Begins
You?
with a D.
Yeah.
Mine are alphabetical, so you'd think I could remember. Adelmar, remember that one.
Trying to find it because I don't. It's in your story.
Indeed.
Delmy?
Yeah. Delmy is right. Okay.
No, wait.
No, I'm pretty
No,
sure.
no, it's not Delmy.
Oh, no, it's not?
No, Delmy was somebody else.
Oh, God. I don't know anymore.
Well, hang on. It is too Delmy.
Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Her name, look, it's Delmy.
Yeah, but oh, wait, where do you?
Thanks.
Oh, there it
Silver.
is. Oh, okay.
Sorry. I didn't know that this stuff would be coming up, or I would have read it before.
Sorry,
Dun, dun,
I
dun.
was trying to read through the history. I forgot that there was a little family
Yeah.
section bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried to make it easy. Okay, Delmy. Fine. Talwyn Amar, married to Delmy of Greyspire. who was locked into her castle and burned alive. And
Sounds terrible.
If I think that you know anything about this that you're not telling me, you will not be making it to your next shift.
Okay, okay. Please. This is personal. We don't want to hurt anybody. We just need to know.
Well, then one thing you may need to know is that in the service of our country, some of us do things we don't exactly feel good about. But whoever that woman was, that was terrible, and I had nothing to do with it.
Whoever she was, did you talk to her enough to get more information about what happened?
Okay, out of character, I'm not understanding the question.
He meant
Oh.
she doesn't recognize the name. She's saying, I don't know who Delmy is. but
Oh,
what
I thought she
happened
was
to
talking
her.
about...
No.
I thought she was talking about some other woman did something, but...
No, yeah,
okay,
no.
Never mind. I will change it to, is there anything else you can tell us?
There's nothing more I can tell you.
Is there someone else we could ask? Who would never know how we figured out who to talk to?
You can ask Tagger. He's not going to know, but you can ask him and he'll start looking around.
He should be looking around now.
And maybe he is.
You know, he's one of the king's spy masters. He might be doing many things at once. I don't know.
Operating on the assumption that you are not my sister's killer, I am sorry I threatened you.
Well, again, I would certainly not lock somebody in a room and set it on fire.
Let's go.
Thank you for your time.
And in a very unbar-wenchy way, she steals herself and walks away.
Brenny,
Yes?
I have no idea what just happened, really. What just happened?
She knows something.
Okay, good. I got that far.
She probably had something to do with it,
Okay.
but not in a... potentially not in a direct capacity.
Okay. Does that imply that this was an official thing from the Kingdom of Jayard?
I don't know.
But it implies that somebody knows about it.
Yes, somebody definitely knows about it.
So we didn't learn anything? Because we knew that someone knew about it?
Not exactly. I know where to come look if I want to beat information out of somebody, because she's stuck here.
Hopefully that won't be necessary.
Jarek peers around the corner. I could ask nicely.
We're going to let it go for right now, Jarek.
All right.
It's fine. I was totally holding him back. He was ready to charge in and beat her up.
Probably not for the best. The beating her up, I mean. The holding him back was a good move.
Yes, Daniel threatened to set me on fire.
Ugh. Danny.
I would never do that to a friend.
He kind of scratches his red dragon scales.
Would that even hurt you?
Maybe?
Not much.
I don't know.
Let's not find out.
It might itch.
So we don't have another lead on that until we get home, unless we stumble on another one.
Potentially. Essentially, but that's not why we're here.
Well, if there's another lead to be found that we do stumble across, apparently we have a system for knowing. So, that's pretty good.
System for knowing. We got a system for knowing. Bon, chicka, bon, chicka, bon.
I'm going to come back and burn the tavern to the ground.
You're not going to burn a tavern.
That was out of character.
I was out of character.
You're all out of character.
No,
Right.
you.
So where are we going this evening then?
I guess we might as well.
I'm not going back into the tavern.
All right.
We already said we were leaving. We're not going back in.
Also, I might set it on fire if we do, so.
Alcohol burns what?
That's very unfortunate.
It doesn't take much work.
All right, off we go.
Okay. Off you go into the wild blue yonder.
And 3 days later, more goblins.
Lost again.
Oh my
Ready to
God.
crash.
I mean, we're still traveling along the same forest.
Oh my God.
Just a different border of it.
Hello, random encounter table.
What's he writing this time?
You have just enough to get the flip on the ends.
Excellent. Do I need to get Geo mustaches?
No.
No. Geo's mustache is magnificent.
It's impressive as hell.
Alrighty, let's see here.
Off we go down the road.
Yes, the long, long road. Let's see here.
To nowhere.
So what kind of crappy mood is Vrenny in for the first couple of days?
Oh, it's pretty crappy.
To Danny at some point. I wish I could figure out some way to make Vrenny feel better. I'm not very good at this kind of thing.
She was playing all the depressing ass music.
Rene, your music is so depressing. Why can't we have a happy tune? Maybe it would chill you up too.
Glare.
I don't know what to do either.
That's some pretty tragic background there.
I mean, it's really beautiful, depressing music.
I've cried 3 times today. We have got to hide that mandolin.
What was the, that's one from Lord of the Rings, the Misty Mountains, or whatever?
Oh, yeah. It's not really depressing, but it's beautiful.
Well, and it's sad too, isn't it?
It is.
Isn't that the one, what is it, Tuck? Or Mary?
Oh, the one...
No. Oh, no, you're thinking of the one from
Theoden's Palace.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not what that's not the Misty Mountains.
Yeah,
but
no,
it's-
Misty Mountains is actually from The Hobbit. It's the one they do. It's the one that all the dwarves do in The Hobbit.
Dwarves.
Oh, okay.
That-
And
I mean,
I
it's-
love it.
Oh, it's so good.
So good.
You go watch it and you get chills. It's like, oh, yes. You have
No,
that
the-
moment with music where you just feel that tingle up the back of your neck
Yes.
and it's like, oh, so good.
Seriously, I haven't cried this much since I was 8. This is a problem.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry. I just love that. I have cried 3 times today.
We've got to hide the mandolin.
It's lovely, but I miss most of the metaphors.
Don't have to listen to the words, just listen to the sound of it.
No, it's very lovely. I'm picking up on that.
And
But...
sad. Don't you understand sad when you hear it?
Okay, so another one of my unpopular opinions. I liked Bright. I thought it was a fun movie. And one of the funny parts on it is the orc cop turns on the radio and it's like death metal playing, and he's getting all into it. And Will Smith's character is like, no, we're not playing any orcish music. You can forget that. And the guy's like, that's one of the greatest love ballads of our generation. He's like, I don't care. I'm just like, okay, that's great.
So this is how you're picturing
Drarik
Drarik right
right
now.
now.
It's like, I don't get the metaphors, but no, it's lovely. I am picking up on that.
Oh dear. Seriously, this is getting embarrassing. But
By day 3.
I don't know what to do with it.
By
yeah,
day-
Jezrin can never
Yeah.
bring herself to
Okay,
tell her to stop
if
playing.
no one can bring themselves to do anything, by day 3, Rennie has stopped.
Okay.
She has processed her whatever. And is back in game mode.
So is that how you... I want to say cope, but that doesn't seem right.
That is...
Process?
Cope is accurate enough.
Well, in the future, to avoid Jezorin crying, maybe you should just pray to
Don't
Helm.
tell her that.
What? You said it out loud. I didn't...
Not when she was around.
Oh, okay.
Drark. Oblivious as always.
Well, you didn't say to keep it a secret.
For
I
pity's
might,
sake.
I might be a little dehydrated from all the sobbing.
I'm sorry.
I could make water.
It's not your fault that it's so
I just learned create food and
horribly
drink.
heart-wrenching. And I am
Create
apparently
water
a
way
sensitive
lower
soul. Tell no one.
What's that?
Then create water way lower spell.
I will take it
I
to
said
my
create food and
grave.
drink.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't need it getting out that I'm a sensitive soul.
Is there something wrong with crying?
No.
She has an image to maintain as part of the military.
Perceived weakness.
I mean, it's something you squishies do, but I just kind of felt... I don't know.
Squishies?
Yes?
Never been called that before.
Well, let us compare. Squeeze.
If you insist.
And it's solid scales and, very hard and tough and everything like that. And you? Squish, squish.
I mean, less squishy.
I know.
But
but there's still something there.
there's still something there to squish.
Yeah.
Squish, squish.
Squishies. Huh.
No.
Yes, there's an image to maintain, and it's hard to be the youngest daughter in a huge family where everybody has something to prove. The very last thing you can ever be is a crybaby.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'll be useful.
I didn't know it made so much. So I just looked up create food and water. Yeah, it creates 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Yeah, this is meant to feed a lot of people.
That was an
Enough to
incredible
sustain
comment.
up to 15 humanoids or 5 steeds for 24
Sorry,
hours.
honey.
That was an in-character comment.
What? I'm sorry, I missed it.
I'm busy comparing your...
Stats.
Yeah.
Comparing your stats.
No, I was just laughing about how
Spell
much...
peens.
No, it wasn't...
Yeah.
I wasn't even saying, look how impressive this is. I was just like, Jesus, that makes a lot of food. So,
Desiree was just explaining how the very last thing you can be in a family as large as hers, where everyone has something to prove, is a crybaby.
all right, I'll tell them you took 2 clubs from an ogre and brushed it off.
Ooh, I like
Jay, I
that
hate
last
to be
part.
the stickler, but you only learn 1 new spell. You can cast it twice.
Oh.
That sounds good, but we have to add the part where you had to heal me so I could get
Okay.
up.
Bah, that was
stick with-
afterwards.
we'll
We
stick
don't
with
have to
Thames
worry
then.
about that. That was not part of the original story. That
That's a
happened
good-
after the battle.
That's a good story. If we ever make our way to Kertien, I will have you tell it.
We will call you Jezorin Ogrebane.
Hey, that's pretty good.
So, spells.
Oh, right. Okay.
Actually, I used that in another
Yes,
game.
you get
We
2
shall call you
cast,
Jezorin
1 new spell.
Ogre
Next level,
Smasher. Ogre Stabber? Obershanker. What did you do to the ogre?
There was like a sweepy thing.
Ogre Sweeper doesn't sound right.
I mean, she did
Then
a lot
again,
of
I mean, you
stabbing.
sweep up dust, so maybe it was, this ogre was nothing but dust compared to Jezorin.
She did a lot of stabbing too, though.
Maybe we should make up some kind of...
Isn't this Vrenny's job?
Well, I mean, I did a lot of moving
getting
of the
distracted
spear.
by
Maybe
her
it should be
spells.
something to do with dancing. I don't know. Frenny will figure it out when it's appropriate.
Jezorin the Spear Dancer.
Not
That's
bad.
not bad. It's certainly better than dances with ogres, which sounds like an odious social flaw.
But the ogre wasn't dancing. The ogre was flailing about while on fire.
A lot of people compare fights to dancing.
Again, he wasn't fighting. He was flailing about on fire.
That is fair.
The fire was a definite improvement to the situation.
1 does 1's best.
Ooh, maybe that should be it. Jezorin, Bane of Flaming Ogres.
We'll keep working on it.
All right. Brandy, this is your job. Why am I doing this?
Because you're doing very well. Every good story begins with a brainstorming process, I have to imagine.
All right. Okay, so for the sake of expedience, I won't come up with a random encounter, and we'll just go straight to the next town.
That'll do.
And then there were 13 centipedes.
You squish a lot of bugs on your way through the forest.
Actually, I was thinking undead coming up from the marsh, but, you know.
Eh.
They burn well too.
No, I just played that.
It all burns.
What other role-playing group are you going to get there? Like, no, we don't want to do combat. Let's get back into the social stuff. That's us.
Well, I don't know. Meaningful combat is cool.
Random encounters, maybe not so much. That last one was great, though.
Because it involved goblins.
Mostly because of the goblins.
So what you're saying is they should just throw progressively harder goblins at you.
They can be undead goblins.
Undead goblins. You've killed so many goblins that they're now coming up from the dead and coming after you again.
Well, I mean,
They're haunting us.
we're all totally expecting to face Grognak on our way back from the mountains, so...
Ah, Grognak. Sexy, sexy Grognak. In his fishnet armor. And leather combat heels.
We can't forget the swooning audience of goblin women going on about how dreamy he is.
I'm gonna include
Not
the I'm gonna
in a
include the
battle.
fangirls in the fireball. It's for their own good.
But that's for the way back. First, we have to finish what we're here to do.
No, swoon closer. I need you in a
Swoon
30-foot
this
sphere.
way.
60-foot spheres.
Oh, 60-foot
30-foot
sphere.
radius. I think it's huge.
Sorry, ladies,
Yeah.
this is for your own good.
Trust me. Off to a better place.
Kill it with fire. All right, so
So much fire. All right.
So...
So,
I'm just rub my eyes. Am I okay?
yeah, you're
All right, there wasn't much on there. Anyway,
Madam Raccoon.
fuck your couch. Anyway.
Well, you're on it, so I'm...
No, your couch is in there.
Oh.
This is my couch.
charming.
Ever so. Thank you.
This is my ancestral family couch. I mean,
+2. Anyway,
Kind of.
+2. What does a +2 to a couch do?
I don't know.
Makes it extra comfy.
Okay. So, Brennan, or
Not this
Bronan.
one.
Wait, Bronan? I thought it was
Brunnen.
Brunnen.
Brunnen lies at the entrance to the mountain valley, next to the Great River. As you guys were wandering along the swampland, you recognize some of the land because, oh, hey, you've been up this river before. This is where you encountered the convoy.
Oh, I bet they were coming from... Oh.
Yeah, there was that swamp that we had to go through.
There were no witnesses to that, right?
No, we
No.
killed them all in their sleep.
Okay, yeah.
Except for the
that's
did
battle
not
mage. You
kill
took
him.
him hostage.
I hate you guys.
Yes, there was the wholesale slaughter of sleeping guards.
You know what?
Is that better or worse than stabbing somebody in the back?
Anyway,
She didn't kill them. She knocked them
I knocked them
unconscious.
out.
So there were no witnesses. There's just a lot of people going, where the hell did everything go?
Yeah, basically.
And why is our commander dead?
He deserved it.
Yeah, because he woke up.
Yeah.
He fought back.
You dumb motherfucker.
Shouldn't have did that.
Everyone else is smart enough to lie there and take it.
So the last couple of miles up to Brunnen is a incline. Because as you notice, the river stays nice and flat. The road you're on goes up. And as you get further up, you notice that this is the beginning of the mountain valley. And one of the lovely parts of Brunnen is the fact that the great river that flows down from the mountains. I had a name for that, didn't I? I thought I did.
Quick count. Who in the party is accustomed to being above sea level?
The Glittering Mountains. Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember where we decided we were actually from.
Well, I know its name,
Maybe.
but it's not mountains. It's like lush fields and farmland
okay.
and stuff. So,
So, yeah,
no.
Okay, so over the Glittering Mountains, or the entrance to the Glittering Mountains, the So where Brunnen is it's the pretty sheer cliff down to where the river is. Although, near the far west side of the town, and it's hard to miss because it's very loud, is a waterfall. So the far west part of the town is actually, again, level with the river. It's located right at the waterfall, so everything comes down into the cliffside, but up here it's fine. And as such, one thing that Lush Farmland Girl over there would recognize is that they've siphoned a lot of the water off using a series of sluices, so that they've got nice, clear mountain water for their farmlands.
For their everything.
Yeah. On top of that, the swampland is still close, so they've actually been getting a lot of the mud and what have you from the swampland and using it as fertilizer for the fields.
This is a nice place.
This is a nice place.
It is a nice place. And
But they have a better inn.
the other thing you would notice, again, Jezrin would notice this due to her military background, is this would be a very difficult place to assault with an army. Mainly because the road up here was steep and not very wide. So your cart was about it. Getting an army up here would be ridiculous, and then because there was the cliff, there was the road, and then there was the swampland. So
And they would be the biggest targets all the way up.
yeah,
This is a very well-fed and easily defensible area.
which is probably why the Jayard army hasn't come here.
I'd be very surprised if the town was not similarly well run.
And so you guys go in. I'm assuming you are, as stated, looking for the local inn and tavern or what have you. And are you looking for meh or are you looking for eh?
Probably not but maybe a step or two down. Not meh.
Okay.
We'd like something in between.
Eh?
We got, we're looking for
I'm the best.
Because I do have the sense not to spend all of our money, but at the same time, man, it was really nice being in the manor in the capital.
We just spent 10 days on the road. It's gotten the weather's gotten progressively worse.
Weather.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things about Brunnen is that there's no castle here, so there's probably not going to be
Yeah.
So you can probably scale it down a bit and still be okay.
All right.
So the place you do find is a lovely little place located strategically right next to the waterfall. So it's got an excellent view
Oh, he's so pretty.
called the Mist and Dew.
Oh, nice.
And yes, it is in fact a very nice place. Well, again, very nice place. Like just about royalty, but not quite.
Okay.
This is like rich businessman place.
Okay. We'll take it.
Okay.
Yay, warm and dry.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Ching!
I don't know if you want to flash all the cash.
Well, no.
Actually, in
Have
this
all our
case, it'd be
JR coins.
ching ching.
No, we're still using gemstones until they tell me we can't.
I
It's
know.
like paper money. What? It's ridiculous.
I
It's
was
a
gonna
waste
say-
of paper.
I mean, while we do have some Ryland coins now, I would like more, because we don't have many. So,
Oh yeah, and because he's a priest, Rorik hasn't spent any of his money. So
I basically have all of mine still, too.
We've got plenty of money.
Yeah.
well, I bet I held on to the spoils from the last thing.
Yes. That's why we've been letting you pay for everything.
Well, I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. All right. So you get a meal, you get a room. How do you set yourself up?
Yeah.
Does everybody get a room? Do we get 2 rooms?
I guess it's up to you.
I'm asking Drea.
We'll get 2 rooms.
Okay. It's 2 gold a night per room,
Okay.
and 8 silver a meal.
Okay.
And yes, you set yourself up. One of the things that, unsurprisingly, you've noticed. Oh God, there we go. Is that the food here is some of the freshest you've had, especially being on the road. It's like the fort was nice and all, but this stuff's good. And yes.
Basically, just if the innkeeper is okay with this, and I kind of assume they will be, just gives them like one of the agates and says we will settle the balance when we leave.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. The innkeeper is a jovial woman. Clearly been here a while, or at least been around, as it were. She doesn't seem Ryland. Like, you can't really place where she's from. But she's like, oh yeah, no, sure, yeah, absolutely, no problem.
So, based on everything, Frenny looks like she's from Ryland, doesn't she?
Does she?
White blonde hair, blue eyes.
Yeah, I guess.
Jezreel looks like she... Where does red hair happen? Jezreel could be from anywhere.
Yeah, she's a bit of a rarity wherever.
Darn red hair.
I'm a
Drarik
gnome.
and Daniel are just...
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Hi!
We stand out.
gnomes. Gnomes could be anywhere.
Although the innkeeper does take particular interest in both of us.
Okay.
It's like, oh, how are you guys doing? What are you guys doing out all this way? We don't get many of your type around here.
We're adventurers. We go all over the place.
I am here to spread the word and deed of help. Ah, one of those types. Well, as long as it's Helm, by all means.
It's definitely Elm.
So saith my shield. Does he have a shield? He doesn't have a shield.
Nope, he just
Doesn't
has
he have a shield?
the tabard.
He should. No reason not to.
You can
Well,
do the
we
epic,
know what he should spend his money on.
Yeah.
you can,
My shield!
Gloria has one. You should have one.
you could do the epic pang maneuver.
Pang.
I don't think there's good rules for that in D&D. There's never been good rules about that in D&D.
Well, you're gonna have to write it then.
The shield wielder.
Yeah. Pang.
I just want to pang! Stop! I just pang! Ow! Stop pang! Shield to the face, multiple times, over and over and over. You get a symbol of, like a symbol of Helm, where the hammer is an actual hammer, so you can beat people with the shield with the hammer. And
Help to the face!
Jeez.
Helm says hi!
Anyway.
Sorry. Anywho.
Although, that brings up a question. Have there been gnomes around?
No. I haven't been Dragonborn either.
Oh. Are there dwarves in this town, since we're getting close to...
Not that you guys have seen so far, but it's kind of hard to tell at this point.
Are dwarves in do they spend much time in these kingdoms, or do they kind of have their own thing off somewhere?
They, for the most part, have their own thing. I mean, you'll find
Okay.
especially Greyspire, you've dealt with dwarven traders and
Right.
craftsmen before and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But for the most part, they're like, humans are fighting amongst each other. We don't want any of that. We're happy where we
That
are.
was just more what I was after.
Yeah. And that's been true for most of the races. They're like, you dumb humans. All right, I'm just not going to bother. And of course, all the Dragon Kin are hanging out in Fantasy Russia, so...
That's fair.
Sounded like Commander Mayer might have spent some time in Fantasy Russia. Like, he kept having a little bit of that accent. I don't know if that was you, like, muddling Drarik or...
No, I wasn't muddling Drarik. I was trying to figure out what I wanted for a Ryland accent. And I haven't quite gotten that yet. Because I wanted it light, but I didn't want it to...
They're not an extension of Fantasy Germany.
I didn't quite want to
do
go
I
that
live
route.
do I live alone in Fantasy Germany?
No, I mean, Ryland's pretty close to Fantasy Germany.
Although
so.
here's a question.
There were other people in Fantasy Germany, but they all died of fire.
No, they did no.
No, because Greyspire's fine.
Yeah, I mean technically the kingdom that got burned to the ground was in Jayard.
Yeah, sure.
Or the holdings that got burned to the ground was in Jayard. All right,
What are we doing?
technically Greyspire.
Who are we talking
Arguing about
Nothing.
stuff.
We're talking about races.
Okay.
We're in an inn. We get some rooms. We get some
The
noms.
ring is a.
That's true.
I don't know how much. They
Although
say that.
half, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, how do you wear your hair?
Down a lot, but she's not.
So we've got a gnome.
So it's not super obvious, but she also doesn't go out of her way to hide it. Is what it comes down to.
So we've got a gnome, a dragonborn,
A
a
half-elf.
half-elf, and a red-headed human.
Yep.
Yeah, we stand out.
Yeah.
As usual,
Well,
we are terrible. at
From
being
the
subtle.
picture, their points are pretty much covered up by your hair.
Okay.
If I go by the picture.
Anyway,
Picture's accurate enough.
all right, we're here. Now what?
I don't have that part of the plan yet.
We make friends.
Look for strange cold spots.
Although I
That worked last time.
and so
Take a walk.
And Draark's plan's been working too. So between the two of them. But first, yes, I believe taking a walk and getting to know the town would be fortuitous.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you guys do? Where do you head off? What do you do? What's going on?
Well, we don't know.
We take a walk.
Yeah.
We take a walk.
We
We're
look around,
getting to know
see.
the town/city. What would this be? Is it big enough for a city?
Trying to figure out what the actual separation of that. I'd say it's a pretty large town.
Okay.
I don't know if I go full-blown city.
Okay.
I
Maybe.
would say the major difference is cities have districts, whereas towns might have neighborhoods.
Okay. I'd probably say this is a large town then. I don't know if I'd go full-blown city yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Although it doesn't take much to be a city. Because I had to look this up once.
Yeah.
Like according to the U.S., I think once your population hits 10,000, you're a city.
So, we take a walk. We do we got lucky last time finding that little area of cold. But we're certainly alert for that.
Keep our eyes open for anything strange. Find people to lie to us again, like the last time we were looking for cults. It's fine. We just have to get lied to 4 times, and then we'll find the right place.
That is the secret. 4 times the lie.
You never know. Might be 5. Might be 2.
Don't switch this up. We're no good at this.
5 is
Just
right
let it
out.
Let it be consistent.
We're fine.
I'd say investigation isn't our strong suit, but we're not doing badly so far.
Yeah, I mean, really, with the thing in the capital, like with how everything went in the capital, it's not that we did horribly. It's that I think it had more to do with needing a better understanding of what we were looking for. It's not that we had no idea what we were doing. We just didn't completely understand what we were looking for.
And we still don't. Onward!
yeah.
Well, at least we've seen it once or twice now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, we don't suck at investigation. We just don't have a lot of clues to work from. That's all I'm saying.
And so we walk looking for the clues we know, and maybe some we don't.
Rolling investigation the whole time.
I can see what that looks like. Walk a block, roll a dice. Walk a block, roll a dice.
Keep rolling, 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 rolling.
Eventually one of these is going to be high enough.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys walk around, checking the place out.
Also just good to know where everything is.
True.
So yeah, it's a very nice, flourishing town. Like I said, it's getting everything in the right places. So the farmland is nice and rich with the fertilizer coming in from the swamps and the water from the mountains and everything like that. One of the places you find is the main marketplace of Brunnen. And not so much like you found in River Stout, where it was like you can find anything that you shouldn't be able to find here. Or the marketplace in Cerulean's Divide, where it's just like, this is a giant city. You can buy everything here. This is more like, if you want stuff to eat, this is the place to go. Not only do you have all the fruits and vegetables from the fields, but also the trappers seem to do a pretty fair trade here. So there's all sorts of skins and meats and jerkies and stuff like that available
nice.
as well.
Although I
Hey,
imagine,
food vendors.
I imagine trade materials are at a little bit of a premium, like getting like actual like cloth and stuff like that, because it has to be brought up
Yeah.
the mountain. Okay.
Maybe they graze some sheep up here. I don't know.
Hi, M Theory.
Sheep, probably. Oh, hello.
Oh, Josh, you were supposed to bleed. I set it up for you.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. It was a gag that came and went. But yeah, other than that, I mean, it's doing well for itself. It has, thankfully, while you can still find a little remnants here and there, for the most part, it has been relatively untouched by the war, given its remote location. I mean, there's probably a few signs you'll see where JR made an attempt, but it just wasn't worth it. Also, given its location in the Glittering Mountains, that would be why they made the attempt. But
Like, like small party made the attempt, not.
yeah. But given Jezrin's military background, you would be able to tell that for a longer campaign, as it were, as far as any of this is concerned, Jared's doing the best they can, which is to try to back Ryland into a corner where they'll just give up instead of trying to assault the mine directly.
Yeah, I mean, seeing it with her own eyes, like, you couldn't close this place down for a siege. They would outlast you. Like, you...
Yeah.
Probably!
You're not gonna be. There's no way to cut off the water supply. They are creating their own food.
So that's not gonna work.
They could
And
probably
even-
hold out more or less indefinitely.
Even if you could get people up here to surround the town proper and keep them from their fields, you couldn't get enough people up here to do it fast enough before they could retaliate because they'd see you coming from a mile away.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. War of attrition. Oh boy.
Those are the best
Those are the best.
for body counts. All right.
Pretty much.
So, how else do you guys continue your investigation besides looking around and getting a feel for the town?
Okay.
Well, last time to figure out the cold tip, we had to talk to people.
We did.
So we start doing the medieval edition of a pub crawl. I don't remember how we did it last time.
Going to all the taverns.
I mean, last time we had people that we knew that we checked in with.
Yeah.
But we can't do that here.
In the investigation of all that, we ran across the other stuff.
Yeah. Well, let's see. If we go even further back than that, if we go back to River Stout, we hung out in the pubs. Vrenny went out into the market and put her hat out for a while and played and listened.
Actually, I imagine Drarik could be pretty useful here if he just starts preaching on a street corner. Somebody might come up and just tell him their woes. It worked the last place we were.
I don't street preach. That's
That-
not
that- and
Helm's way.
That's fine.
Well, whatever way you make your
If
friends.
somebody wishes consultation or protection, yes, of course, that is the way of Helm, but...
Whatever is your preferred method. You had people eating out of your hand at the pub the other day.
They just provided what they wanted. What Helm would give them.
Well, let's hope his...
I guess the thing to keep in mind here is that Drarik is not going to perform. He is going to be himself. And some people will be drawn to that.
Let's hope that happens.
My performance is 0.
All we have to do is make sure you stay visible then.
Oh, that's easy.
That is easy.
Though we could talk to the local church and see if they've heard anything strange. If
I
we're
could
going to
find
go
them, yes.
around telling anyone we're looking for evil cults,
No.
they would be certainly open to the suggestion.
Although,
We can't be too open about, hey, we're here looking for evil cults, or else we're going to get jumped in our in-room.
I was going to say
That would be a really expedient way to find them.
it would be a very expedient
Jump
way to
us,
find
please,
them.
for the love of God, jump us.
I was just going to
Do it, motherfucker, jump us.
ask that we practice some caution.
What?
Because for all we know, the evil cult owns this town. And that's how it's so easy for them to get all of those fancy medallions.
I suppose that's possible.
I know it's unlikely.
Maybe go...
But yes, by all means, go to the church. I'm just saying that maybe we should not walk up to every official and go, "Hi, we're here to hunt for a cult."
But it might not be a bad idea for us to, openly advertise as adventurers looking to do good. Maybe somebody might approach us this time.
That's fair.
Also not the worst idea.
Okay. So you guys looking the local. There's a couple of places of worship. The first one you guys come across is one to Malar, which is the god of the hunt. Oddly located closer to the mountains than the other places.
So strange.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Why would that be there?
As much in wilderness as possible. I can't imagine.
There's also not so much a church, but more of just like a meeting area or whatever to is that Chantea, which is the goddess of agriculture. Good place to go. Good place to go. So yes, haven't needed too much of Helm in this particular place. Helm was very much appreciated at the fort.
Yeah.
Yes.
This place, not so much. But yeah, I mean, Gerard goes ahead and checks in with them anyways.
Yeah.
Just like, Helm brings his greetings. What can you tell us about what's going on here? And Targaba.
I was gonna say someone should go with Drurik to interpret.
I would go as well.
Sounds like a good Danny job.
Yeah.
To interpret.
And occasionally interject.
Okay. Actually, he did pretty well. So he starts talking to the local priests, as it were, and I said, "Well, we haven't come across too much. Although one thing that a lot of the parishioners have been praying to is a safe hunt, because there's odd sounds and lights coming up from the forest."
Dun dun dun.
Must be goblins.
So many goblins. Special goblins. They make weird noises.
I think the noises that the goblins have made so far are pretty weird.
And then we start the tale of the Metronomicon. They're throwing a rave up in the forest. And, well, we can't fucking have that. No fun around here. No, sir.
You need to finish that game just to find out if that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're the good guys in that game.
No, I feel we're not.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Okay, so that's interesting. Stuff.
So that's
Weird
what they
stuff
do.
going on in the forest.
What do we do, Rennie? Maybe we should walk around making it known that we're adventurers looking to do good while we pass through, or what? How do we want to approach this?
Well, I was actually going to see where I could play, because that's the easiest way for me to.
Not very investigaty. I'm good at reading people and intimidating them if I have to.
You could be protection.
Doesn't really need me.
I guess it depends on where she's playing, huh?
I hear a lot.
Well, I mean, do your thing. It doesn't sound like you really need me.
Well. I don't know. It might not be the worst idea to try to talk to someone in an official capacity and about why we're actually here. And then see if we do get attacked in the middle of the night.
You want me to do that?
I could go with you.
Then you can go play at the bar.
Yes.
Let's do that.
Yeah, remember that thing where we told the boys we weren't gonna do?
We
Yeah,
didn't say we weren't. We said we were going to be careful about it.
yeah, let's go
Yes.
do it.
And what she said was, don't tell everyone.
Fair enough.
Don't walk around going, "Hi, we're here to fight a cult."
We're superheroes.
Anybody heard
Bring
of
us your
cult?
bad guys.
Come on, Bane. Anybody? Bane? Okay, no, let's go
You
find
heard of a cult? You? Did you hear about a cult of Bane?
Oh, God, why am I bleeding? All right. Where's the mayor?
Where's the
Who's in
mayor?
charge?
Who's in charge here? Somebody must be in charge here. Oh. Okay, so you ask around, and they're like, "Really? You're just gonna walk up and talk to the mayor?" Okay,
Well, I mean-
that's
Not no, that's not what we say. We don't go, "Where's the mayor?" We go, who's in charge? How's the town run?
okay. Well, the general response that you get is, well, the mayor lives up there. Points to a nice little manor house, and that's Mayor Kronkus. He's always been running this place, so
Okay.
well, at least for the past decade or so. So,
Alright.
Wow.
It's more likely that we would ask who the captain of the guard was,
oh, okay.
because they would know if there were problems.
Well, they're basically like, well, if you're looking for the captain of the guard, he's probably going to be in the same place, because that's the like.
Okay.
It's the government building.
Yes,
All right.
it's ran out of a meeting room in the mayor's house. So,
Okay.
Then off we go.
Yes. But yeah, we're not going to march up and go, "We want to talk to the mayor." I mean, honestly, we wouldn't have marched up to talk to the commander if he hadn't met us at the gate.
yeah.
But
Makes
at
things
that
personal.
point, it's like, well, now that we've seen each other.
Okay. So you, let's see here. We're busy talking to the various churches and stuff like
And
that.
getting that nice tidbit about the forest.
Yep. So you guys head up to the government building, as it were. Then yeah, guards up front. We're like, "Yep, what can we do for you?"
Hello, introduces herself. It puts the focus on her. Introduces herself as Rennie of Greyspire. This is my companion, Jessie. Or is that
Jesse is what she
Jessie?
introduced
Jessie,
herself
right,
here.
okay. This is my companion, Jessie. We are hoping to speak with either the guard captain or one of his lieutenants about problems you may be having in the area. We are investigating a cult of Bane.
Well, okay then. Yeah, let me go get the captain for you.
Thank you. Was that your crazy look?
That was the okay. I don't want to deal with
No,
cults.
this is above my pay grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was no, not my job, not my job, not my job.
I really hope this doesn't have anything to do with me.
Petty theft.
Right here.
Somebody dumping things in the spring water? Sure. Cults of Bane? Let me go get the captain. I want nothing to do with this. They have magic powers.
Yes, they do.
I have a sword.
So do most of us, as it turns out.
I know what that's like. Just having a sword, spear, whatever. He goes and gets us the captain.
Yes. And he comes back with the captain. You can tell because his armor is nice and shiny.
Yes.
Ooh.
He is a largish gentleman. Largish and tall, not so much broad. This could be due to his very obvious elvish background. Pointy ears. Not much bulk to him though,
Okay.
because elves aren't typically bulky.
Are these full elf?
Seems that way.
Okay.
So when he walks up, Rennie does kind of go. Yeah. She winces a little, adjusts her hair.
But, yes, Sergeant, what is it? I guess that, well, as I told you, bringing these people up, they're looking for cults of banging. And, he kind of winces for a minute. He's like, yes, what can I help you with? I'm Captain Patelier.
Captain, sorry to take up your time. We were hoping to speak with anyone about anything unusual in the area. We are come through here investigating a cult of Bane that we have reason to believe has ties to this area.
So the sergeant said, although, well, walk with me.
Of
So
course.
he steps away from the manor house and away from the sergeants and everything like that. And as you guys are walking through the garden, as it were, of the manor house, he's like, "While I don't feel the god of tyranny would find much of a home here, despite Mayor Croncus's look. He's a good man." Oh, you haven't seen him yet, have you?
No,
No.
I have not.
Okay. Let's just say he indulges in Mrs. Pfeiffer's home cooking quite often.
I see.
Doesn't sound very tyrannical to me.
Were this a starving town? Yes. We are not.
No, we can see that.
You are clearly quite prosperous.
It's been working out pretty well so far. Yes. Well, I haven't heard of anything through my guard about anything in town. Could always check up in the woods. We don't extend past the town borders for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of stuff in the woods. The trappers kind of keep that to themselves.
Okay.
And we leave them to their trade. If beasts from the mountains do venture a little too close, we'll handle that, but that doesn't happen too terribly often.
There's no lord to this area that the mountains belong to?
Besides Ryland, no.
Okay.
I mean,
I know the mines are in this direction, but I'm not...
the mines are far enough away that they don't warrant the level of protection that the mines would.
Fair.
We try to keep the woods as wild as possible.
As stated, I am from Greyspire, so very close by, but
yes.
Not actually familiar with the infrastructure here.
Greyspire. I know I've heard things about that. Well, yes. You too should probably check with, or speak with Ms. Pfeiffer.
Oh?
I believe she's mentioned Greyspire before.
Huh.
It sounds familiar. And I don't know where else I would have heard it from. So, yes.
It is a
That's very helpful, thank you.
Sure.
kingdom in the mountains on the border.
All right. Well, if you hear anything about this cult in town, let me know.
Yes, of course.
Very well.
Seemed quite sincere.
He did. Once they're like well away from the.
Yeah, I wouldn't have said that until we were well away from...
I know, but like,
Yep.
actually no, because I assume Miss Pfeiffer is
The mayor's wife, probably.
the mayor's cook,
Oh, the cook.
part of the mayor's staff. So we won't have the second part of this conversation until after we talk to Miss Pfeiffer.
Okay.
So one moment.
Okay.
All right, go seeking Miss Pfeiffer then.
Okay. So who do you ask about that?
Well, we go back to the. There must be a clerk or something receiving. If everything is run out of the mayor's home, there must be a clerk or somebody doing receiving in the entryway of the home.
Well,
That
there
is
was
not a guard.
Okay. Well, let's hear. Well, all right. So you speak to the guards again because
Okay.
they're like, well, I mean, hey, yeah, hang on a second. And he kind of tilts in, and then out comes a young lady who has a scroll that she kind of just keeps on her person as, little pocket quill and everything like that. And she's like, yes, what can I help you with?
I'm sorry to bother you, but okay, what was the captain's name?
Captain Patelier.
Captain Petillier said that I might wish to speak with Mrs. Pfeiffer?
Okay. Oh, you don't know who that is?
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you're gonna want to go to the Mist and Dew Inn,
Oh, okay.
right over. She runs the place.
Oh, the barkeeper, of course. We're staying there, and I didn't even know.
Oh,
Okay, thank you very much.
of course.
All right, then.
On the way home.
Okay, so
Seems
once
sin-
they're well aware.
Seems sincere enough.
Yeah, I thought about bringing up the amulets, but I'm not comfortable with that yet. I'd like to know a little more about what's going on here and get a better feel for the town.
I agree. We shouldn't just go telling everybody about that necessarily.
No, I mean, it seemed...
If you see these, stay well away from them. Do not touch these.
Tempting.
But tell us.
It made
please.
it made sense for the commander at the fort because he clearly is occupied with where he is. He's definitely not secretly a cultist of Bane.
We haven't been here long enough to make any draw any conclusions.
Well, and the commander's reputation preceded him, which was the other thing we had going in our favor. Tagger already had information on him.
Let's see if our hostess knows anything about Greyspire.
Yeah.
We could probably meet up with them.
Yeah,
Yep.
So,
probably return around the same time.
Okay.
How'd you do?
not a whole lot.
We have a lead.
Apparently, the hunters have been hearing strange things in the woods.
Well, you did better than we did. What we heard was the town's fine, and they don't interfere with what goes on in the woods. I guess the trappers are a little secretive.
Trade secrets?
I assume trade secrets,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Well, trappers are usually solitary people anyway. They may just not talk about it.
Well, if I was city guard, I would not want to wander in forest and step in trap.
No.
Also true. We may need to hire someone.
Oh, to make sure we don't step in any traps?
Yes.
That would be unfortunate.
I like my ankles where they are, thank you.
I also don't like to be suspended over pits. So,
So, what
Off to
have
the
we found out?
woods
well,
after your inquiries.
yes. Also, well, not exactly off to the woods. Off to make a friend who will take us into the woods.
Right.
Probably tomorrow morning.
All right.
All right, so right now heading back to the inn.
Okay. You head back to the inn.
Okay.
It's a very nice and lovely inn.
Where's our happy hostess?
Yes.
She's around somewhere. I mean, you just look around, you'll find her eventually.
Okay.
So,
We start looking for Mrs. Pfeiffer.
yep. Yep, yeah. You find her.
Okay.
That's kind of what I was implying. But
Yeah. Well, for any. I'm sorry. Do you have a minute?
oh, yes, of
Yeah,
course. What can
I
I
know
do
you're
for you?
busy. The captain said you might have know someone or have something to do with Greyspire?
Yes, I know of Greyspire.
Oh?
Oh yeah, no, I've been there a couple of times.
Ah.
What?
I'm Anselm's daughter.
Are you?
Yes. From when he was adventuring.
Well, of course. No, I visited Greyspire many times. I was a a trader by trade.
Ah.
So yes, so moving product in, moving product out. Yes, no, I've spoken to your father many times, and know about his past, as it were.
Everybody knows about his past.
Well, he sings about his past, so what do you expect?
I know a lot of those songs too. It's always really weird when I perform them.
Yeah, I can imagine that being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah, this war kind of forced me into retirement, so
Oh,
I took my savings and made this place.
okay. Huh. All right.
This used to be a watermill.
Wow. No, I guess that would make sense.
Nice location.
Oh yes, it took
I'm
most
not
of my
there.
savings. Just oh, you're not? I thought you were.
I figured you would want to go talk to her by yourself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you guys just encountered her together.
All right. Well, whichever.
Well, up to you.
No, it's fine if you.
All right.
Yeah, you
Nice
can be there.
location.
Well, it did cost me most of my savings, so
I hope you have made a good portion of it back since.
I've been able to advertise the Mist and Dew as one of the premier vacation spots in Brunnen.
It
So
is lovely.
I get much of the Rhineland aristocracy here.
Do you know the mayor well?
Who, Crocus? Oh yeah, I know him.
All we've heard is that he really, really, really likes your cooking.
Yeah, he does. I'd probably say he's here at least twice a day.
Wow.
Problem?
No, I just, I don't know.
When was the last time you were in Greyspire?
Not since I was trading, so at least 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. Did you ever meet Delmy?
Tell me. Yeah,
His actual daughter. Or at least his daughter with the
I was
lady.
going to say, you are his actual daughter as well.
I know.
Yes, no, I remember her. Came across her a couple of times.
Okay.
Lovely young girl.
She was.
Oh, I don't like past tense.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, being this side of the line, you don't get a lot of news from that area, so.
No, I understand.
That's why we came to seek you out, actually. I think we were hoping for some more recent news ourselves.
Well,
Not from Greyspire, unfortunately.
yeah, not recent. I was just curious. But no, she and her husband, his holdings were attacked. And,
Oof.
neither of them made it.
I'm terribly sorry.
It was, yeah, but that's not why I wanted to talk to you. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
No, when I mentioned to the captain that I was from Greyspire, he was like, "You need to go talk to."
I have made note of that place many times.
I don't suppose. Out of curiosity, okay, how attractive is Miss Pfeiffer?
Just pretty good.
She
I mean, for her age.
She looks at her Riley for a moment. I don't suppose you're one of my father's stories.
No.
Okay.
I heard the stories before I went there and made a decision. So.
Yes, that's probably for the best. Although by the time he had settled to rule, he was a little better behaved, shall we say?
No, that was purely business.
Well, I will.
So you're safe. My children are not possibly your siblings.
Oh, thank you.
Question.
Yes.
Why are your children attractive?
Well, yes, of course.
Being silly.
We were thinking of traipsing around in the woods, like adventurers do. Can you recommend anyone so that we can keep all our limbs in the correct places?
Oh,
I don't want to stumble into a bear trap, please.
Oh, really? I've heard it's quite a rush.
Till the adrenaline wears off, I'm sure it is.
Exhilarating, even.
Then comes the messy business of gnawing off your own leg.
Ooh, yeah.
I'd rather avoid that if I could.
Yeah, I think I might know a guy. Oops. I know how to type too.
That's good.
Ooh.
Yeah, head to either the marketplace or where was it? Or the Church of Malar. That's probably where you're going to find them. But ask for Yegon.
Yegon. Okay.
And Yegon should be able to guide you through the woods, as it were.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Of course. That aside, dinner?
That would be lovely.
All right, well, have a seat, and I'm in the middle of it as we speak.
Thank you.
And that is where we will end today's session.
Somebody better write down Yegon.
Yeah.
I think the GM already has. But do you want to add that to your notes?
I do the typings. Anyways, so for those of you on YouTube and Twitch, thank you guys so much for joining us again for our D&D live stream session. We will hopefully see you guys next month. And yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We love having you guys here. Bye!
Bye.